Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Mostly Programming. My name is Vivek and this is lesson 22 of learning Python scripting from scratch. In today's video, we are going to discuss what are dictionaries in Python. Dictionaries are basically a type of collection and we have already discussed three types of collection, which are list, tuples and sets. Dictionaries is the fourth type of collection, and believe me, it is the most powerful type of collections or data type in Python. You are going to yourself discover later in the video why I am making such a statement that these are the most powerful data type or collection in Python. So the scope for today's lesson is we are going to see what is a dictionary, how to access items inside a dictionary, changing the values, iterating through a dictionary, and how to find dictionary length. So without any further ado, let's get started. But before that, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please do that right now because it's free. Also press the bell icon so that you never miss an update from Mostly Programming. Also do not forget to follow us on Instagram. It is @mostlyprogramming because we come up there with new practice sessions and quizzes on a daily basis. So follow us right now. It is @mostlyprogramming. So what is a dictionary now? A dictionary is a collection which is unordered, changeable and indexed. In Python, dictionaries are written with curly brackets and they have keys and values. Now what do I mean by the term unordered? Unordered is the order of insertion inside a dictionary may or may not be the order that we get on the output screen. That means, for example, if you are inputting in the sequence ABC, you may get CBA as output because dictionaries are unordered. However, they are changeable. That means dictionaries are mutable. We can change the values inside a dictionary and they are indexed. In Python, dictionaries are written with curly brackets. We also saw in the previous video itself that sets are written within curly brackets, but there is a difference between dictionary and a set, and that is a set only has values, whereas a dictionary have keys and values. I'm going to show you what do I mean by key and what do I mean by value. For example, I'm taking this dictionary. This dict is equal to, inside the curly brackets, I have taken brand :Ford. This is a single item in a dictionary. And this brand is the key, and every key has an associated value with it. For example, here brand has an associated value Ford. Model is the key and it has an associated value Mustang, and year is the key and it has an associated value 1964. So when I'm going to print this now, the dictionary would be printed, but it is not necessary the order of the dictionary is same as the order it was inserted. It may be different or may be same. Let us go to PyCharm and create some dictionaries and see how this dictionary thingy work. So I created a dictionary, this dictionary. Then inside it, I'm going to create one for my date of birth, say. So I'm going to add year, the string, this is the key. Then I need a value for it. Then I'll write my birth year, which is 1998. Then I need the month, then the colon. Then I have the month as July. Then we have the comma, and then again the day. So we have 20th here. So that's how we created a dictionary with three items where year, month and date are the keys, and 1998, 7 and 20 are the associated values with the keys respectively. Let me now print this dictionary. Let me just show you. Yeah. So let's run this and we'll see that the dictionary is printed. Year, the key year has an associated value 1998, month has an associated value 7, date has an associated value 20. Let us check the type of this variable, this dictionary. Let me use the type function which we discussed earlier in the videos in the course. So here what the type function does is it gives us the type of the variable. For example, here I'm going to print the type of this dictionary and you will see that dictionary class dict is printed on the screen because this particular variable belongs to the dictionary class. So that's how we can create a dictionary. Let us go back to the presentation and continue with the lecture. So the next topic is accessing items. We can access the items of a dictionary by referring to its key name inside the square brackets. Now whenever we are going to access an item using the key name, the associated value would be printed, not the key. There are different methods to access the keys as well, but when we are simply accessing using the square bracket method, we will be getting the value that is associated with that particular key. For example, I am taking the same dictionary, this dictionary, brand Ford, model Mustang and year 1964. Then suppose I want to print the model, then what I would do is this dictionary in the square brackets, I would pass the key for which I want to find the value, which I want to print the value on the screen, which I want to get the value on the screen. Then I stored that in a particular variable and print that variable. You can directly use the print statement to print the model, that is Mustang here. Let me show you on the PyCharm itself with the example that we have considered. Let me just backspace all this. Then suppose I want to get my date on which day I was born. So here is a mistake. I'll have to write day here. Yeah. Okay, so let me just now use this print. Then inside it, what do I have to do? Write the name of the dictionary. Then inside the square brackets in double quotes, I would have to give the, if it is a string, then I would have to give it the name of the key. So you can see 20 is now printed on the screen. Here you can see. Similarly, you can use year to get the year, that is 1998, or the month. 7. So that's how you can access the values inside a dictionary, not the keys. For keys, I'm going to tell you a different method how to access the keys. So let's go back to the presentation now. The second method that is used other than the square bracket method is the get method. It is an inbuilt module that we can use to get the values. Basically, we take the variable x, then in that we use the this dictionary dot get method, and in the parentheses we pass the key. It is quite similar. Just in place of these square brackets here, what I would do, I would use the get method, and instead of the square brackets I would use parentheses. Then you will see that we will get the same value. Hold on a second, I forgot to backspace this square bracket. Yeah, so now it would work. What is the problem? Okay, another error, a parenthesis is missing. Yeah, so just remember this point, opening brackets must be equal to closing brackets. So that's how we use the get method to find the value. You can similarly get the value of the year or the day or whatever your dictionary is. So by using both these methods, by using the square bracket method and the get method, we get the values inside a dictionary, not the keys, right? Let's see how to change those values now. It is pretty simple, as we did it in the list here. See, basically the keys are the index here. The keys are the index here. They are serving the purpose of the index here in the dictionary. So instead of 0, 1, 2 here, we would be using the key to change the value, to access the value, right? So we can change the value of a specific item by referring to its key name. As in list, we used to refer to its index. Here we refer to its key name. For example, this is the dictionary. Then this dictionary, inside the square bracket, the key name, and equal to the value that we want to change it to. Then simply print it, the value would be changed. Let me show you on PyCharm now. Okay. So to change the value, what I would do is this dictionary, inside the square brackets, I would pass the key name, suppose year, that I want to change to say 1996. 1997, because I discovered I was born in 1997, not in 1998. Then I would simply print the dictionary using its variable name. Let me now see. Okay, so we can see that dictionary value has been changed. What we basically did is we basically took the key name and changed the value associated with it. We overrode the value associated with that particular key name, which was year. We changed it to 1997 from 1998. These are very similar to how we used to do in list. There we use the concept of indexing. Here for indexing we have a specific name for that index, which is user defined. We whatever our choice is, we can give that name to that index, which is the key value here, key name here. Right. I hope you are getting my point. So let's get back to the presentation. That's how we can change the value. The key name here is basically serving the purpose of the index numbers. The next topic is now iterating through a dictionary. We can loop through a dictionary by using a for loop, which is the easiest loop. When looping through a dictionary, the return values are the keys. But there are methods to return the values as well. When we were accessing the items of a dictionary, whenever we passed the key name, we get the value associated. But when we are iterating through a dictionary, we will not get the values, we will get the key names. Let me show you how. For X in this dictionary, print X, then the output would be brand, model, year. Let me just write the code for you. For example, here what I'll do is for X in the name of this dictionary. If you don't know how for loops work in Python, I'll suggest you to go to the lesson number 13 of this tutorial series. There I have explained what are for loops in Python and how we can use them. I will link it somewhere here in the screen. You will get a card, so you can check that out. Print X. So when I'm basically using a for loop to print it, I will not get the values associated with the keys. In fact, I will get the key names. So now you must be wondering how to get the values. It's pretty simple. If you remember how to access the values, you know how to print it. Let me just show you how. We already discussed how to iterate through a dictionary, and now we'll see how to print those values. We know how to access the values. What we have to do is, instead of printing X directly, we have to print it inside the square brackets with the variable name. That's how basically we access the values, and Ford Mustang 1964 would be printing here. Let me show you on PyCharm how it works. This dictionary, and inside the square brackets I would simply write X. Then we can see that 1998, 7 and 20 is now printed. That's how we can access the values. And if we want to just access the keys, what we would do is simply print X. We can do both. Let me just do both. Or what I can do is X comma this dictionary X. Let me just run it. So we will get the key as well as the associated value here. That's how we can iterate through a dictionary and print both the key and the value associated with it. I hope it is clear how to iterate through the dictionary. That's how we print the values, and if we remove this dictionary and the square brackets, we would get the key names associated. The values method. We can also use the values method to return values of a dictionary. For example, for X in this dictionary dot values, print X, it will return us the values, not the keys. There is also definitely a keys method. I'll just show you how to use the keys and values method. So what do we have to do basically is take the dictionary, for X in this dictionary dot values colon, then here simply print x. What this would do is, this would return us the values. But if we are not using the values method here and only printing for x in this dictionary print x, we would get the key names, not the values. Now what if we want to get the key names? What we would do, simply write here dot keys, then we would get the keys. But it is not necessary to use the keys method, because even without the keys we are getting the key names only. So that's how we use the values and keys method to get either values or the key names using a for loop. I hope the concept is now clear. You can also see here again, for x in this dictionary dot values, if you want to get the values associated with each key, or dot keys if you want to get the keys associated with a dictionary. The items method. What if you need to get both the keys and values simultaneously at the same time? Then there is the items method. And before telling you that, I want to remind you that only in Python for loops have a very special feature, and that is we can iterate with respect to two different variables or more different variables. Basically more than one variables. We can use more than one iterators. What do I mean by that? For x comma y in this dictionary dot items print x comma y, then we could access the keys and the associated values simultaneously. This is a very special power that Python has, that it can have multiple iterators at the same time, in the same syntax, in the same statement. Let me just show you. For x comma y, instead of keys here we would use the items method. Then here we would print x comma y. Then we would get both the keys and the associated values simultaneously. I hope the values method, the keys method, the items method are now clear. And how to iterate through a dictionary using a for loop is also clear. These are very important but very basic concepts, so keep these in mind. The last topic for today's presentation is the how to find the dictionary length, and you might have guessed it because we use the len keyword to find the dictionary length. So what we would simply do is get out of the loop and print length of the variable name, this dictionary. Let me just run it now. So you can see 3 is printed, len keyword is used. So I hope the concepts that we have covered in today's video are now clear to you. If you have any type of queries, feel free to ask me in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on my social media accounts. The link to those will be in the description box itself. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also share with your friends and subscribe to my channel, because your subscriptions give me motivation to make more such videos. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more amazing content.